Sports Illustrated first out transgender swimsuit model, Valentina Sempaio.
Can we just say?
I mean, first of all, done a fantastic job.
Yeah, that is a
Let's be honest, because like, I know, like, I mean, the most like famous out trans personalities will be Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
But like having like feminine features, even like shoulders to like facial symmetry and stuff, and the transformation from how she was before to where she is now, you've got to ask the question like, how much percentage wise would the likes of Kylie Jenner as just a cis female, and the transformation, the many transformations that she's gone through to get where she is now, because she looks very model like now, and compared to like I think she's on her 4th transformation. I don't think this is even her final form either.
No,
to be honest, I think she'll go back for more.
Yeah,
but like percentage wise and transformation wise, I think Kylie Jenner has done more to herself than what Valentina Sempaio has done to herself, like surgery wise.
Yeah, so Kylie is just like a biological female.
Yeah.
Has done more. So I'd say it's hard to know. It's hard to know from our perspective what people are actually doing to themselves.
All we can do is just, obviously look at something and then obviously make not wild kind of like guesses and stuff.
You can make informed.
We can make informed observations about the things that we see based on the information that we get and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Well,
so
absolutely.
I think it's fair to say that lots of people believe, lots of surgeons believe that Kylie's had a bit of work done.
A bit.
I mean,
should we have a look?
Shall we? Yeah.
Let's have a look at the bit of work.
Because I've got to be honest, I think that a lot of the work that she's had done is things like fillers, which are a temporary thing.
It's not just let's have a look at the
dissolve, but they don't really.
So
like this here is the iconic kind of comparison.
So the one on the right here.
Yeah.
This one.
Because this is like younger Kylie, no top lip, essentially.
Right.
And I'm saying this from like a purely reductionist perspective.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like, oh, she's got no top lip.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's
in
thinner,
terms of start to end, she's got a much thinner top lip. Her nose is slightly downwards compared to the second picture, which is slightly upwards. She's got a lot more fullness in the jaw here, and I think we've spoken a little bit about this. There's masseter injections that you can get around here.
Is it what's the where you put like a line in the jaw line to pull it?
So that's more up here.
Oh, okay.
And that's literally threads that you can get put into your eye, I guess, like the eyelid, upper eyelid, and they literally thread it through your head basically to up here, and it just pulls this up. It does look like possibly she could have had something like that done, but also it does look like it's maybe just a lot of makeup that she uses, because you can see that line extending out on the side of her
Plus
eye.
contouring can do a lot to shape a face.
Massive amount. It would look like she's had some sort of injections around her chin to straighten out her jawline. I'm not an expert, so I'm not talking from any kind of expert point of view, but it just looks like a lot of what she's had done is possibly just fillers. She's clearly had lip fillers. There was a lot of controversy about that because she said that she hadn't. She brought out a lip kit at the same time. And obviously everyone had an issue with her saying my lip kit gives you these lips when it doesn't.
I'd say there is clearly like a lot of work that's been done there.
I'm still erring on the side of not necessarily a lot. Because I think when you say a lot of work, that implies a lot of surgery, a lot of hard surgery, like nose reshaping from the inside, cheek implants, chin implants, things like that. Whereas the majority, because you look at her cheekbones here, obviously there's filler going on in her labial folds. Not being dirty, that's just what it's called. So the labial fold here, she's clearly got some sort of filler to smooth it out. On the other side, you can't see those lines anymore, so that makes her cheeks look more sculpted. They don't look as full and chubby per se, because that's like a more childlike thing to have chubby cheeks. But as for her jawline, it's not actually that different. Her chin isn't that different. Her lips make her chin look different because they sit lower because they've had filler. And her nose, if anything, that could just be the filler that's in like the labial fold, because it smooths out the area next to the nose as well.
Interesting.
So I wouldn't necessarily say a lot. I don't know about like, you know, breast implants or whatever. I couldn't speculate because I've not stared at a breast, so I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, so this is the first out trans swimsuit model for Sports Illustrated,
which is amazing, and
it's great. As much as the like Sports Illustrated has just been a lads kind of because like a lot of that kind of era, late 20th century like era, like lads mags, FHM, Loaded magazine, Maxim, and then going back to like mid 20th century of like the Playboy Mansion and Playboy magazine and stuff as well, being a Playboy girl, and just the objectification of women as models and stuff, very exploitative. But I mean, it's that kind of having that kind of representation on the front of a popular world renowned magazine like that is a good thing. It's great, and it's doing a good job.
Definitely, and I think the other thing is that there's a lot more mainstream transgender celebrities now than a lot of people actually realise, and it's not like a kind of people are hiding at the moment, it's just that people don't have to shout about it, people don't have to come out as transgender.
Yeah, but I quite like the, you know, I kind of like this kind of movement of the, I mean, I'm not like, I'm a cis male kind of thing, always have been, but like, I'm a guy, I'm a modern guy of the modern age and stuff. It's nice to see like people just being comfortable, not necessarily in their own skin, but if the skin that they've got doesn't represent the person they are inside and stuff, and they do end up getting, because like, I mean, if you look at like medical procedures of like plastic surgery and stuff, the procedures themselves are they're so good now because they've had decades and decades of like with like boob jobs and tummy tucks and facelifts, especially in the likes of like LA, like the LA kind of scene and stuff. So like that will kind of accelerate the how much the wider world gets access to those procedures, because there's like a core like the furnace that is like the Hollywood machine that rolls on, and the kind of those like unrealistic standards of beauty that are in the entertainment industry and everything. That there is a positive side to having access to, like, even people are having like lip fillers now. Essentially, go, you're just putting poison into your lips for it, just to get the kind of the bigger, plumper lips and stuff. So that, you know, there are hazards to be had with alterations to it.
I think it's a science and an art is the thing about plastic surgery. It's from a transgender kind of view. It would be the actual science side of it that you're going to worry about most in initial terms, I guess, because there's things around sensation. If you get top surgery, fair enough, it's generally for looks, you're not too worried. Some people like to have nipple sensation, and that's a thing that I think can be achieved now.
Right.
But lower surgery, sensation's obviously a big deal. As a female to male transgender, I believe that I'm not a female to male transgender. I'm just saying.
It's okay if you are. It's okay.
It's all okay. But for that type of surgery, I've seen a couple of articles recently about people worrying about peeing standing up, and the actual
female to male. Standing up.
To be able to use their new penis to pee standing up, which is something that, you know, like me and you wouldn't necessarily think about it, because it's just such a normal function that you don't consider, but that's a big deal to people who want to fully present as male. They need to be able to fully present as well, and when you are literally presenting in a toilet situation, because you are, there's, you know, how many places
that's quite interesting, and I guess I don't need to think about. I know some people, like, they'll stand at a urinal, and then like if there's like people next to them, it's the whole like stage fright thing. So it's you know, it's like pissing next to somebody, or they've got to wait because as they get older or middle aged and stuff, they'll have to like. They've got to like draw through the pipes, so the piss comes out. So they're stood there and they're like, come on, like just having a one-to-one with their dick just so that the piss comes out, kind of thing. All joking aside, though, it's very interesting that, you know, if you're going to present as male and then do the kind of like the practical side of it of just going to the men's toilet and having a piss, that is something I would just take for granted. But somebody who's new to that and using their brand new penis, I guess I don't know. It's quite fascinating, isn't it? It's just a side of life that you wouldn't necessarily like think about. I know I never did until just now.
It's one of those things that like I like to keep up on kind of scientific updates and things like that, and the way that prosthetics work and things, and that falls into the kind of transgender surgery category because you are essentially getting additions to your body, or you're changing parts of your body into different things.
Yeah, I think for male to female, they keep like some of the tip of the penis. That's where like most of the nerve endings are, and then turn that into their new clitoris. Yeah, as they, I don't know how they like do that kind of operation and stuff. But yeah, it's quite fascinating. Just to wrap this segment up, so Valentina Sempaio says, "I'm excited and honoured to be part of this iconic Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue." Sempaio wrote in the caption, "The team at Sports Illustrated has created yet another groundbreaking issue by bringing together a diverse set of multi-talented, beautiful women in a creative and dignified way." To his credit, Sports Illustrated does not highlight or even mention the fact Sempaio is trans until the very last line of its Q&A with her page on its site, where it said, "What advice would you give to a 14-year-old self?" And she says, "To be strong and mature, to understand that there are situations that will be especially challenging because I don't yet have the life experience to handle them with ease, to not feel wrong for who I was born as, and to not feel shame or fear for being trans." So, fucking good job.
Good on her. Like,
that's fucking awesome, man.
Clearly smashing it. Yeah. She seems like an amazing model, and if that's your entire goal in life at that point, then smashing it.
No, that's great. That's great. Let's get this one closed. Yeah, so we'll be back with some more closing tabs real soon. I just wanted to do something really simple where we just screen record and put it on the back there, and then just talk about those things and close the tabs. Keep it nice and simple. Digestible content for everyone. But if you want to see some more original content from Analogue Digital, please hit subscribe. It does help the channel out if you just engage with it. Give us a thumbs up or a comment or whatever else. There are plenty of other videos on the channel as well, but if you want to check those out, feel free. And I'll see you in the next one.
Bye guys.